Okay, here we go. Episode 5, Franchise Mode 2017-18 Calgary Flames. We are back. It is episode 5, and we are starting the month of January, starting the year of 2018 in second place in the Pacific Division with 52 points. So I simulated up to the 4th of January, which is our first game. So we're 4 days in, and the Anaheim Ducks have pulled ahead by a couple more points. They now sit at 55 points to take over first in the Pacific. We are at 52, Arizona at 51. So we finished off episode 4 and the month of December on a 5-game winning streak. We went 10-3 in the month of December. So it was a massive improvement. We found a way to win games with Eddie Lack in net because Mike Smith had got injured at the beginning of the month, and then Eddie Lack came in and played really well. Smith came back and took the net over again, and he has played well since. So, and our offense have stepped it up. We've got a couple guys hitting the 30-point plateau already, and we are about 2 games away from hitting the halfway point of the season. So, a good finish to the month of December, a pretty solid month of December, going 10-3, and a pretty good way to end this first half of the season after a pretty bad start. So we got the Western Conference basement team, the Los Angeles Kings. They're 12, 22, and 6 on the season. So we're going to get right to the simulating because I want to get through January and February. I want to get as close as we can here to the trade deadline because we will have a better idea, as I mentioned at the end of the last episode, of where we sit as a team being a buyer team. We're not going to be a seller team. I can probably guarantee that right now, but we'll be a buyer team, and we'll have a better idea of what we're going to be in the market for. It'll probably still be a forward over a defense or a goalie. Definitely don't need a goalie. Definitely probably don't need defense. So we'll see what is out there. We'll browse the trading block when we get a little bit closer too. So as we do that, first period here, Dustin Brown gets the first goal of the hockey game, beating Mike Smith. Second period, it's 2-0 Kings in the third period of the first game of 2018, and we get shut out. So just when our offense was starting to get going, we get shut out to the worst team in the Western Conference, the Los Angeles Kings. So not what we like to see for sure. Just want to see where we went wrong here. Brody Gaudreau, they were played good at the end of the last month, and now they're in the minuses, along with a handful of guys here. Just not a good night at all. 935 save percentage for Mike Smith, not bad for him, but just not a good night all around for the rest of our team. So we'll continue to simulate here. Hopefully we can bounce back. That snapped our 5-game winning streak. So there goes that. Just when we were getting on a nice little roll. Now we've got from the worst team in the Western Conference to the top team in the Western Conference, the Anaheim Ducks. And to make it worse, we slipped down to third, letting Arizona pass. Still, cannot believe that Arizona is that high. Like we're now like a good chunk into we're halfway through the season, and somehow Vegas and Arizona has stayed atop the Pacific Division. So I'm not even sure how, but they have done that anyway. So, you know what? We won't switch up our lines. I know we just got shut 2-0. Let's not switch up our lines just yet. Let's get to this Anaheim game here, and then we'll see how we do here in this Anaheim game, and then maybe switch it up before we go on the road here. Nice little road trip coming up there, Mini, Tampa, Florida, Carolina, so a little bit of a southeastern road trip coming up, with the exception of Minnesota that will be on the way. So before we go on the road, let's see if we can get our first win of 2018. First period against the Western Conference leading Anaheim Ducks, and they get 2. Okay. Second period, there's Troy Brouwer scoring for the first time in probably forever. Okay, we need a goal here. We have to get at least a point. This is a divisional game once again. We lost the divisional game to the Kings, but we got to get this one against the Ducks. Come on, Calgary. And we do get one, but still to Semi Vatanen. So that's back-to-back losses, 3-2 at the hands of the Western Conference leading Anaheim Ducks. So definitely an improvement over the last game, but still we need these points against the divisional opponents. We'll just take a look at our leaders here. Gaudreau gets an assist. Still, though, Monahan getting a goal as well, but still we need a better all-around effort. 8-4-2, so this is a bit of a concern. Mike Smith did not have a good game here. So A little bit alarming, but he's been pretty solid, so I think we'll stick with him. But we do have the option of going back to Eddie Lack, and he played good when he came in for Mike Smith there in the month of December, so we can always go back to Eddie Lack. What's Minnesota? They're about 500 on the season, so we'll sim up here to Minnesota. I mean, you know, and then we got back-to-back games coming up here against the two Florida teams. I wonder if we give Eddie Lack one of those two games. But we'll keep Smitty in for the 500 Minnesota Wild, who are one of the top teams in the Central. Mentioned in the last few videos that the Central is a pretty weak division this year. So, let's see here. Okay, so Gaudreau's taken over a points lead. He's at 31 now. We still sit third in our division. So, you know, I'm wondering if we want to make a quick lineup change here. We did score a couple goals last game, but wasn't enough. Bennett's moved up to an 80, so that's he's moved up by one. He was a 79 to start the season, so we're starting to see growth in Sam Bennett. That is good. Sean Monahan, I believe he's always been an 85, or was he an 84? No, he was always an 85. So the rest of the guys haven't really. I think Chuck may have improved by one or two. So starting to see some guys growing here, which is good. Our young guys like the Kachucks, the Bennetts, the Monahans, these are the guys that are going to grow. So I wonder if we just do this. We'll put Yager back up there with Monty and Johnny, reunite the 3M line, and Brouwer, Jankowski. You know what? Let's just let's go like this. We'll put Jankowski there, stage him back there. Just try something different. Start of a road trip. I want to get Jankowski and Bennett. I want to continue to grow them. So, you know, the more we can play Jankowski on the third line with Sam Bennett, the better. Okay. So 25, 15, and 0 on the season. We have the 19, 18, and 5 Minnesota Wild. So first period in mini, and they get two. Michael Frolik gets on the board, beating Devin Dubnyk. Second period, Flames tie the hockey game up with Jaromir Jagr back on the top line, so he gets a goal. Big third period, Calgary. Come on. Big third period, and it's mini with a big third period. They get two from Jason Zutker and Joel Eriksson X. So, wow. So we've dropped now 3 games to start the new year. All 3 games. 42 shots to our 32 shots, so that's not good. They're getting way too many shots, and they beat us 4-2. I just want to see what's going wrong here. Okay. I don't know why we're losing these hockey games. I mean, you know, we definitely do need more offense. You know, better game for Smith. He did face 42 shots, so our defense needs to be better as well. Let's just see here. We got Tampa, we got Florida. You know what? I wonder if we put Eddie Lack in net just for a game. We've dropped the first 3 games of our 2018 schedule after winning 5 straight. Again, we're stuck at 3rd now in the Pacific Division. Vegas closing in on us, so we want to stay up there with Arizona. We're 1 point back of Arizona, but look at the Ducks at 59 points down there. So we want to try and keep climbing to stay atop the Pacific Division. So we got to snap out of this 3-game losing streak. So what I think we will do is, first of all, let's simulate up to here. And then I think we'll put Eddie Lack in for the Tampa Bay Lightning game. Just to try switching things up, we got to get out of this 3-game losing streak. Come on. Okay. So let's go edit lines quickly. So Yager was good up there. Let's put Sam Bennett back at center. We'll try Janko on the left side there. Defense is fine. Goaltending. Let's give Eddie Lack a game here. Just see what he can do. He played, like I said, he played really good for us in that month of December when Mike Smith was injured. So we'll see if he can continue that here against the Tampa Bay Lightning. So 32 points, Johnny Gaudreau. Only 12 goals. We're halfway through the season. That's really not enough out of Johnny. This should be a guy that's easily 30 goals a season. Same with Sean Monahan. So, they can have a strong second half of the season, and, they have before. We've seen it in previous years, so we'll see if they can do that again. First period, nothing. Second period for the Calgary Flames is Matthew Tkachuk, who, again, like I said, has been quietly one of our best players this season. And the third period, come on, Calgary. And we get it. 2-1 is the final. Chris Kunitz, the former Pittsburgh Penguin, scoring, but so does Michael Backlund. So we'll take it. 36 shots on net. That's a huge improvement. We've funneled a lot of shots on Peter Budaj, who was in net for the Tampa Bay Lightning, and we only allowed. Oh no, that's 28. For a second, I thought that said 20. But still, pretty solid game. Good game for Mike Smith, facing 28 shots. But we would like more offense, but we'll take a 2-1 win anytime we can. So 2-point night from Matthew Tkachuk. That 3M line pretty good again tonight. There's your leaders in ice time. Yager getting a point. Oh, there's Monahan not getting a point. I just want to see, where's Johnny? Johnny. Uh-oh. This is not good. No, this is not good. 5 minutes and 22 seconds of ice time. So Johnny Gaudreau injured once again. We can only pray that it is a in-game injury where he does not miss any more time. But he only played 5 minutes of hockey in this one. 9-6-4, really good for Eddie Lack. Did I say Mike Smith? I meant Eddie Lack. It's a solid game for Eddie Lack. Forgot already that we put Lack in net. So pretty solid performance out of Lack coming in. But I'm just, we cannot lose Johnny Gaudreau. Not at this point in the season. Second half of the season, we need all of our guys to be healthy, especially our superstars. Johnny's already missed time this season. Let's just get it over with. I bet he's out for like a bit of time here. Just pray it's not long, like a couple games. Please, we can't lose him for like a month or more. This just really can't, and it's taken forever to load, so of course it's just making it that much worse. And he's not injured. Okay, this is good. No message popped up. He's not injured. That is good. So, that's a big win, and we do not lose Johnny, so it's a win-win. It's a double win. So we get back into second in the Pacific Division. Johnny now leads us with 32 points, so let's get right up to this Florida game. We'll put Mike Smith back in, keeping it realistic on back-to-back nights. But Eddie Lack's solid performance. We may go back to him if Smith does not have a good game here against the Panthers. But let's give Smitty the net back. If this menu will load. I just so happy we didn't lose Johnny. Okay, I'll wait for this to load. Give me a second. Okay, we're back here. I put Mike Smith in net. It finally loaded. So Smitty is back in net. So let's get this Panthers game going. Huberdeau versus Monahan in the face-off circle, first period. And the Calgary Flames got on the board first. It is Sam Bennett beating Roberto Luongo, second period for the Flames. And it is the Panthers getting on the board. Third period, come on Calgary, let's finish off this with a back-to-back win, and we don't get it. Radim Vrbata and Alexander Barkov getting the deciding goals for the Panthers, so not too fun there. Back-to-back nights, but we'd like the win. We'll split the games in Florida, but we could have got 2 there. So just not, again, the offense is our biggest concern. Just like I said, just when it looked like it was picking up in December, offense is a bit of a concern. So we only get a goal here. I'm just trying to think what we can do here to get more offense. I mean, we've tried different line combinations. We're going to have to bring somebody in. At the end of the day, that's going to be what it comes down to. But, what are we going to get at trade deadline, and what are we going to have to give up? I mean, I think the biggest thing for us is going to be free agency. I don't know who's going to be on the market in the 2018 summer, but we're going to have to be very aggressive in free agency. We won't be bringing back guys like Stajan or so, so we'll free up a little bit of cap space, but, I mean, we're going to have to trade Brower, too. We're going to have to free up his 4 point whatever million, and just get enough cap space, because it's going to be a big summer for the Flames. We're going to have to really make sure we bring in a lethal top right winger to play with Johnny Imani. Like, we need somebody that's, going to make this one of the top lines in the NHL for a long time, because Um, we're just not getting the offense right now. So we got the Carolina Hurricanes up here to finish up the January, and then I think, do we go on our bye week? I think we might early this time, whereas last year I think it was what, end of February, or no, it was about middle February last year when the Flames went on their bye week. So um, we'll keep Smitty in net. The Canes don't have that good of a record. We'll keep the same lines and see if we can get back in the win column here. We're back down to third in the Pacific, so we're just bouncing back and forth between second and third. First period here, Flames Canes, they get 2, Kruger and Skinner. Second period, we get 2, but they also get 2, Kachuk, Stajan, and then former Flames Stepniak and Justin Falk. So is there any way we could get 2 more goals in the third period? Yes, in fact, we get 4, so that works. Okay. So out of nowhere, we just score 6 goals in a hockey game and beat the Hurricanes 6-4. Backlund, Brower, Kachuk, and Dougie Hamilton. So, okay. Like, I mean, that's probably one of those rare situations where it actually happens. 3-point night for Michael Backlund, pretty good. 4-point night for Kachuk, sorry. 3-point night for Backlund, 2 for Brody, 2 for Brower. So, 3M line pretty solid once again. They seem to be consistent. Gaudreau, though, look at that. -2, no points. Monahan, 1 point there. So where's Yager? I just want to see where Yager is. -1. So I think we'll split up that line. They haven't done too much since putting Yager back up there. 8-3-3 for Mike Smith. So it was a pretty bad start to this hockey game for him. I wonder if we go back to Eddie Lack. We should have almost went back to Lack against his former team. But, because that's not the great... We'll go back to Lack. I don't know who our next opponent is. I think we're on our bye week now, so... But we're just past the halfway point of the season. That's a big win. That's an underrated 2 points right there. That could, we'll look back at that Carolina game, when we're in the thick of things. Because there we are, 56 points. We pull ahead again of the Coyotes, but... most importantly is we're not too far behind the Anaheim Ducks there for tops among the Pacific. We just got to stay up there. So, our last 4 games, we've gone 500, lost 2, won 2. So let's see what's up with this. I believe it's our bye week. Yeah, that's our bye week there. So good solid 5 days off right there. So let's do our bye week. Let's sim right up to the Winnipeg Jets, halfway through the month of January already. Okay, so the Jets are 20-20-6 on the season, so they're having a average season. They're just 500. So we got Jets, Sabres, Kings. We're in Edmonton, Vegas, Tampa, Hawks. I just want to look here before trade. Oh yeah, so we got quite a few games still. The month of February. It's going to be a busy one, and then there's trade deadline day coming up. So we'll see how quick or how close we can get to that in this episode. But we're definitely going to need to bring in a offensive weapon at the deadline. Because don't forget, it's all about playoffs. Like, we want to still continue to fight to make the playoffs, and then we obviously want to continue to once we get to the playoffs, we want to go deep. We don't have. I was looking at our draft picks this year. We don't have our first, as we obviously know, but I also forgot that we don't have the second round pick that the Flames had, because we traded both away for Travis Hamonic, plus our second in the following year, which is 2019. So, yeah, so that's a bit concerning. We have, I believe, our third. We have 2 fourths, don't have our fifth. We have our 6th and 2 7ths. So we don't have our 5th, but we make up for it in 2 7th and 2 4th round picks. But the biggest thing is we don't pick till the 3rd round in this upcoming draft. So not that that's an excuse anyway, but we can't be relying on that on the draft. So we got the Jets here. We're coming off the win in our bye week. So let's just play this game. I was going to go back to Eddie Lack, but I think we'll just keep with Smitty. So let's just simulate this game. They're a 500 team. This should be a win for us. But and with that bye week, we sunk back down to 3rd in the Pacific. First period here against the Jets. Nothing. 12 shots on net. Second period. Come on. Offense. Nothing. Third period. Come on, Flames. Jesus. Okay. Nick Ehlers, the only goal. So we got to do something here. Yeah, I'm not even going to look at the stats there. This game wasn't Mike Smith's fault. We just had no offense. So, like, this is a bit alarming, because we're good chunk into the season. We're gearing up for playoffs, hopefully, and we're not getting offense. We're just not getting offense consistently. So, like a 1-0, we can't be losing these hockey games. Especially against, teams like Winnipeg, who's not one of the better teams this season. Buffalo certainly is a better team this season with a 27-18 and 1 record, excuse me. They are pretty identical to us. We just have one more win than they do, and they have a one overtime point. So we don't have an overtime point. So we're 1 point ahead of them, pretty much is what I'm saying. So pretty equal matchup here. But what I'm gonna do here is find a way to get our offense going again. I don't know how much more I can play with these lines before, anything happens, because it seems like every time I change the lines, something happens, and then something, then it just goes dead for how long. So, you know what, let's just try Sam Bennett up there. I mean, I really don't know what else to say here. We'll put Yager on that right side. Frolik's been better, so we'll keep him on the 3M line. Furlan can play the left side there. Let's put Seager up there, actually. Furlan down there, Stage and Brower. I don't know at this point. I'm not going to bring Tanner Glass in. That's not going to do anything. We just need to find a way to get our offense going. So maybe putting Sam Bennett on the top line will spark our top line. Keep the 3M line. But we just got to get more consistent offense out of these guys. Okay. Buffalo. So, like I said, very equal matchup right here. Pretty much identical record to us. We continue to be fighting for points here. Middle of the month of January, first period for the Flames and Sabres. Ryan O'Reilly and Jack Eichel, but we respond with Sean Monahan. We'd like to see more out of our offense. Second period, Flames. We get it, but they still get 2. Gaudreau twice, and Kane twice. So come on, Calgary. We have to have a solid third period. Don't let the Sabres score and just score a goddamn goal for once. Come on, third period. There we go. And it's tied. Okay, so they did get a goal. So Yager and Hamonic score, but so does Sam Reinhart. So we are 5-5 going into overtime. Okay, so give me a second here. Okay, we are back. So we did end up getting the overtime win there on the goal by Sean Monahan, just like he did 1 year ago. But as you could see, I accidentally kept going and forgot to hit the record button, and I got 4 games ahead. We ended up losing to the Kings after that 6-5 overtime win, and then losing to the Edmonton Oilers on back-to-back nights. But then we picked up a 3-0 shutout win against the Vegas Golden Knights, our first ever game versus Vegas, and then a shootout win here against the Tampa Bay Lightning in Calgary to start the month of February. So only got 4 games after that overtime win there by Monahan against the Sabres. However, the only other thing we did in this week and a half span is we did make our first trade. Now, it wasn't a major trade. I wish it was recording so you could have seen the trade. It was a trade proposal, by the New York Rangers, and they wanted our 4th round pick in this year's draft. And prospect Adam Ruzicka for a second overall pick, or second round pick, in the up and coming draft. So we did do the trade, and I'm just going to show you here quickly. So we traded prospect Adam Ruzicka, who had a low top 6 potential, and he was like a 59 or something, and our 4th round pick in the up and coming draft for a second round pick in the up and coming draft. So that was good for us because we had pretend that second's not there. We had 2 4ths, a 5th, a 6th, and a 7th in the up-and-coming draft. We didn't pick till the 4th round, so we had 2 4ths anyway, so we ended up keeping the Panthers' 4th round pick and trading our own 4th round pick, and we acquired the Rangers' 2nd round pick. So that gives us a little bit, basically we just traded a pick for a pick, plus a prospect that, I felt that we had enough prospects in the system that had better potential, and we're going to have more prospects in the system that will have better potential than Adam Ruzicka, who was a low top 6. He was a decent prospect, but to get a 2nd round pick is huge. We weren't picking to the 4th round, and I didn't mind giving up a 4th, obviously, to gain a 2nd. So, and the Rangers, the other thing about the Rangers is they're about a 500 team. They're just above 500 on the season, so this could end up being a higher 2nd round pick. They may not even make the playoffs, so So it was just a bit of a, it was kind of a minor trade, but it was kind of a bigger trade. I was debating waiting till closer to trade deadline, but you know what? I thought, they were proposing it. I didn't know if they would want to do it again closer to the deadline, so I thought, you know what? Let's do it. Let's get another higher end pick because we don't have our first, as you saw on the last screen. I don't know if I mentioned it, but we don't have our first round pick. We traded away for Travis Hamonic as well as our second round pick. So we didn't have our first and our second. Pretty sure we had our third, but it wasn't on that screen, so I don't know what happened. I thought the way it was that we had our third, but not our fifth. And in this game, we have our fifth, but not our third. So I don't know, but well, anyways, we got a second round pick for a fourth and Adam Ruzicka, and we lost back-to-back games after winning there, and then we won, and then won again. So we lost back-to-back, then we won back-to-back here, pretty much. To end off the month, it was a really inconsistent month. Started off three losses, got a win, then lost, then got a win, then lost, then got a win, and then two losses, and then a win to finish off the month. But we started February in winning fashion with a 5-4 shootout win against the Tampa Bay Lightning. So we're just going to keep it rolling. We've got, this is the month of February now. The trade deadline is coming up at the beginning of March. So we can just get through February here. We will have a better idea of where we're going to be come trade deadline. So we're going to keep going here. Johnny Gaudreau now leading us in points, 40 in 48 games played. So we got Chicago Blackhawks here back to back. We got a home and home with the Chicago Blackhawks coming up. So first off at home, 27-20-4 is their record in the Central. They're one of the better teams in the Central, but it is a pretty weak Central division this year, as I have said like 100 times. Okay, so let's play this game here, or simulate this game as soon as it will load. Well, still third in the Pacific there, 62 points, one back up the Coyotes. Okay, first period against the Hawks, nothing. Second period, they get 2 goals, Hartman and Richard Panik. Come on, Calgary, we need offense here in the third period, and we get 2, but they get 1. So Backlund twice, but Patty Kane gets on the board. So we lose this one 3-2. We're gonna have to try and split this home and home. Offense still our biggest concern here, in the month of February. 2.9 by Backlund, 2 goals, but we're not getting consistent enough effort from our offense. And not a good game here by Smith. 880 is his save percentage, so not a good game there, but he had a good last couple of games, including a shutout just 2 games ago. So we're going to leave him in the net. Eddie Lack, I don't know if it was in the part that didn't get recorded, but Eddie Lack, yeah, it was in the part that didn't get recorded. In those back-to-back losses after the Buffalo game, we put Lack in, and he had a pretty horrible couple of games there, including a 6-0 or 6-1 loss or something. So yeah, we went back to Smith, and Smith is playing okay, not as good as he was earlier in the season. So let's sim up to the second half of the home and home series here with the Chicago Blackhawks. We need to find a way to get points at this point in the season, but we need more offense as well. So, and more consistency, just all around, everywhere. We need more consistency. So, sim up to this game. Alright, simulate here. So sim affiliate, yeah, that's fine. So we're not changing anything up. We lost 3-2. This is the second half of a home and home. If we lose this one, we'll probably change stuff up. But first period against the Hawks, and again, they get 2 to start off with. Second period against the Hawks, we get 2 right back. Monahan twice, that's what I like to see. Third period, come on, Calgary, just win this hockey game, please. Yes, we do, and we get a big offensive performance in the third period. Richard Panik scores, but so does Gaudreau, Yager, Giordano, and Backlund. So we will take it, a 6-3 win. We split the home and home with the Hawks. Obviously, you'd rather to win both, but, against a pretty good Chicago team, to split a home and home is not bad, and we win in their building. Brett Kulak, -3, that's a little concerning. I wonder if maybe we take him out, but he's been in for quite a while, I think since mid-December, so maybe we should take him out. That's a pretty bad performance anytime you're a -3, especially considering he gets the least amount of ice time of all of our defensemen. But 2-point night for Hamilton, Gaudreau, Giordano, 3-point night for Sean Monahan. So again, this is the good half of our inconsistency, but watch, next game, Gaudreau and Monahan are just going to disappear. And Smith will have a horrible game. He had a good game this one. Watch, next game he's going to have a horrible game. So, we're just so inconsistent. It's just, you can't do anything about it, but... we're gonna try trade deadline, try to bring in an offensive piece and see what we can do here. But the inconsistency is just so hard to fix, and it's the worst. But okay, so we have a road trip coming up to the East Coast. We are in the New York State, coming up here with Jersey, Rangers, and Islanders. Okay, so we got Jersey coming up, so we'll sim up to that game here. We jump back into second in the Pacific, so that is good. Won't make any line changes just yet. Let's see if we can win again here. And I click simulate up to this. Like, I hate this menu, or I hate that one, the top one. Sim to that, because it never works. You almost better just go back into the stupid calendar again. But I like the setup of this, but every time you hit advanced day or you hit simulate on this button here, it doesn't work. You seem you have to go to calendar here because you have to hit it twice. I don't know, it's just stupid. Okay. So 50 games, 42 points for Gaudreau. Let's simulate the Jersey game. His home state, technically. Johnny Gaudreau's. Just seeing the exclamation mark there above owner. We haven't updated our arena, so I'll do that later. I probably could have took owner mode off, but whatever, that doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, first period against the Devils. 2 goals, one from Heischer, one from Monahan. Second period. Boom. Big offensive second period again for the Flames. Gaudreau, Brouwer, Bennett, and Gaudreau again. Third period, they get a goal, but it doesn't matter. Calgary need of Taylor Hall. Doesn't matter. We win this one 5-3. So really strong performance to start off with. 5-3 win in Jersey. We'll take it. Good again by Gaudreau and so back-to-back games for Monahan and Gaudreau. They have good games here. Brody also picking up 3 points. Bennett with a couple points. So like in the Flames offensive lines the last couple of games anyway. 8-9-3 against, not the best game for Smith, but it's a win. We'll take it. Not the worst game he's had either, so we'll keep going with him, but it's that inconsistency. I mean, you're going to hear it 100 times. That's just what it is, but keep on rolling here. We grind through the month of February here and get ourselves up to the trade deadline. So here's the Rangers. Here's the team we made the trade with. We acquired their second. They got our fourth and prospect. So waiting for this to load. Let's go in the calendar here. Grind through this upcoming road trip. So we start off with a win in Jersey. We got the Rangers, the Islanders, and I think I saw the Boston Bruins on there as well. Yeah, I do. And then we're back. Or no, then we're in... and then Nashville. Sorry, I was looking a week ahead. Okay, so let's get up to the Rangers game here. Grind through this road trip. We were going to take Kulak out for Barkowski. I forgot, but whatever. We're winning back-to-back games here, so keep on going. See if we can have a really good month of February. I'd love to have a good month of February. Okay, first period against the Rangers. Jaromir Jagr, the lone goal scorer, beating Andrei Pavlik. Second period. And they get 2, Kevin Hayes and Chris Kreider. So we need a goal here in the third. We got to stay in these hockey games here. This has to be a good road trip. Come on, Calgary, third period. Yes. That's what I like to see. Kachuk for Stieg. And we propel ourselves to a 4-2 win. So good. This is good. We're starting to string together some wins here. We're starting to get offense going, even though it's not the same guys consistently. Although Brody's been up there. Brody's been getting points every game. So we'll take it. Monahan picks up another point as well. Gaudreau doesn't get any points, but that's okay. But the main thing is we're starting to string together some wins, and the consistency is somewhat coming back together. A 9.39 save percentage there for Mike Smith. So we'll keep this going into Long Island and see if we can get a win against the Islanders. And then Bruins and Predators to finish off this road trip. So look how much quicker this calendar here goes for the simulation. The only problem is it's just like NHL 17. We can't see any of the nice screens that are on the main menu. So, I mean, it's like well, what's the point of the new menu if this one's way faster? I don't know. Okay, so we're into the second period. Frolik, Monahan. I think Frolik and Backlund scored in the first. They have two third period. Let's finish it off. And we just hang on. They almost make it a hockey game. They do make it a hockey game, but they almost tie it. Brock Nielsen scoring there. So we'll take the 4-3 win. We are reeling right now on 4 straight wins. Maybe not the best effort here by Smith again tonight. But there's 3 points for Backlund, 3 points for Kachuk, 2 for Frolik. So a 3M line stays hot. Gaudreau picks up a point. Monahan, Yager, that top line picks up points as well. And 900 save percentage, not the best game for Smith. At least it's in the 900s, though. Just average game there for Mike Smith. But again, we got the 4-game winning streak going. We've been perfect on this road trip, 3-0 so far. Let's see if we can take it into Boston. First, we're going to edit our scouting assignment. So we've done the dub. We've done the OHL. Let's head to the Q. Let's go forwards. Let's go. We'll go 5 weeks. We can do 5 weeks with the forwards in the queue. I want to get a good variety there. Okay, Boston here. So we're just pounded through this road trip here, and we are just 2 weeks away from trade deadline. Okay, Monahan versus Backus, first period. Flames and Bruins, Bergeron and Nash scored, but so does Versteeg's been good lately. He's been putting up goals. Second period, come on, Calgary, tie this one up. Come on, big, strong third period. Let's stay perfect. And we tie it up. Sean Monahan on the goal. Tuukka Rask making the save. So just like we did against the Sabres, we're going to overtime. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so we are back. We ended up losing our first game in overtime this season. It was David Pastrnak. He buries the backhander on the shot by Bergeron. I went ahead and just finished off the road trip, and we did go pretty good on this road trip. We went 5-0-1 on the 6-game road trip, so really solid. Then we lost to the Panthers, and we were about to play the Bruins again here when a message just came up. I forgot to hit record, but it came up. Joe Morrow was waived by the Montreal Canadiens, the defenseman. He's 77 overall. I'm going to go put him in. We just claimed him. I'm going to go put him in the lineup for Stockton. But he's 77 overall. He's got top 6 potential, and he's already a top 6 defenseman, or he's listed as that. So let's go like this here. Stockton. So it was a good claim for us. It was our first time we've seen a waiver claim come up this season. And like I said previously, I like to claim almost any guy because he's only on a 1-year contract, and I think he's making like 0.65 mil this season, and he's only on 1 year. So that's the big thing. Most of these waiver claims, they're only on a year contract, and they're usually making under $1 million anyway. So we'll switch to our AHL lines here. So I think our AHL, we'll take a look quickly, but I think they're doing good down there. What am I doing here? Defense. Okay. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the season, we're pretty thin here at the defensive position. Look at Rasmus Andersson. He's really growing. Well, this is our first time looking at our prospects, but Andersson's already grown to 76. I forget what he was originally at, but 76, that's not bad. Chillington's still 69. But we mentioned we're weak down here, so we'll take out this guy down here. He's a 64, and we'll put in Joe Morrow. So put him in there. He's a right shot defenseman, low HL. Okay, I thought he said he had a top 6 potential. I guess he's listed as a top 6. Oh, no, that's the same guy. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay, there we go. Medium top 6 potential. Medium top 6. Okay, so this is huge. He's 25 years of age. He's got medium top 6 potential, and he's 77. So, I mean, he got injured, so that's probably why Montreal waived him. I don't know why Montreal would waive him to begin with, because who wouldn't claim a 25-year-old that's got medium top 6 potential? And he's already 77. So, I mean, that's not a bad two-way defender. That's not a bad, and he's only on a 1 year, 0.625 or 0.650 million. So, like, we'll probably extend him. Just looking at his potential, we'll probably extend him. We needed help down here in the depth positions anyway. So he immediately is better than Wotherspoon. Keith Ollie. So what we'll do is Wotherspoon's left shot anyway. Ollie. So we'll put Morrow there. So give me a second. I'm just going to edit these lines quickly and get Joe Morrow in a lot of game situations, because these two are still the guys we want in almost every position, but he's got the same potential as Chillington, and he's better. So we want to make sure he's playing almost as much. So give me a second here. Okay, we are back. So I put Joe Morrow in pretty much every situation that Keith Ollie was in. So he's medium top 6, will continue to grow. Pretty good waiver claim for us. I'm kind of surprised Montreal would waive this guy, but that's our first waiver claim of the season, and we claim Morrow. So it's an AHL claim, but still we will take it. And he could be a future defenseman. Like, he could be NHL ready, maybe next season, but I mean, he's got top 6 potential. That's not bad. So pretty good claim. Yeah, I'm still kind of shocked Montreal waived him, but we picked him up. So anyways, just wanted to look here quickly. Stockton's really good, 36, 14, and 7. So we haven't been paying attention to them lately this season, but they are atop their division. 79 points in 57 games played. So really good. Spencer Fu, 52 points in 57 games. He's almost a point a game. So I'm not going to look at the rest of the guys for now, but that's just a quick look at our AHL team. They're doing good down in Stockton. So that's good news to see. We'll go back to the NHL now, but that is good news. We have not been paying attention to Stockton all season long. And that's part of the reason I didn't make any like minor trades or claim or go out and get any like AHL players, because I knew they were like, I kind of kept an eye on them through the calendar and they were doing good. So I was like, don't even have to worry about it. I don't want to mess up their chemistry anyway. But a guy that's 77 overall coming in as a defenseman is definitely going to help, especially when we were weak on the defensive position there in Stockton. So we will do that. So we got 4 games left till the trade deadline. So what we're going to do here, and I just missed it. Gaudreau just hit the 50-point plateau, so that is good to see. So, after a really slow start for our top guys, Gaudreau and Monahan, it looks like Johnny will eclipse the 50-point plateau yet again in his career. Again, this is a guy that probably should be 60 to 70 points a season. I don't know if he's going to get to 70 points this season, but, 50 points, that's pretty good at 56 games to go. So, he's really picked it up lately. That's good to see out of Johnny. I don't know if he'll hit 30 goals, but he's really picked it up lately, and that's what we need to see. Hopefully Monahan's up there too. We'll take a quick look at that in a second here at just before trade deadline, because that's pretty much the end of the month. There it is, the end of the month. Trade deadline comes on the 27th, and the beginning of the month there. So let's power through these final 4 games up until trade deadline. So let's sim here. Boston again. So we're playing Boston just after we played them, lost to them in overtime. So first period, nothing. Second period, Chuck and Krejci. Third period, nothing. I'm not going to even play this one. Let's just go overtime, and they get it. So they beat us twice in a span of a week in overtime. Again, we get a point out of it. I would have loved to see, it's a 2-1 game, so we're not going to look at that. But I would have loved to seen us get 2 points. But again, at least we're getting points against the Bruins here. But back-to-back overtime losses to Boston. Like, come on. All right. Okay. Whoa. Okay, another trade coming in. So you can tell it's definitely trade season. We're just before the trade deadline, and like I said, we've already made 1 trade to acquire a second for a 4th and a prospect. Now, Jersey wants to give us Jimmy Hayes for our remaining 4th and our 5th. He's a right winger, top 9 forward. Just gonna look at this quickly here. I don't think he's that good though, Jimmy Hayes. It's not Kevin Hayes. Yeah, 78. No, okay, I don't want to do this trade. Okay, so he's like a 4th line forward. Okay. I thought maybe he was a little bit better than that. Yeah, so definitely don't want to give up, even though it's a 4th and a 5th, don't want to give up those depth picks to get Jimmy Hayes. Kevin Hayes, anytime. We could definitely use Johnny Gaudreau's former running mate from Boston College. But, I've had him on previous franchise modes. He's done really good on that top line, but... No, we don't want Jimmy Hayes. We don't want his brother. Monahan gets in the scoring. Smith, second period here. Again, Raffle and Yager. Come on, third period, Calgary. Come on. Yes, we get it. Backlund and Yager will take the 4-2 win. Not much that needs to be checked there. Again, I just want power right up here to trade deadline. Okay, Arizona. So, big win there against Vegas. After, and it's kind of been an inconsistent February. A little bit better than January, but... still a little inconsistent just before trade deadline. Okay, Arizona Coyotes, who are up near us in the division. So this is a huge divisional win. They're battling with us for a top spot in the Pacific. We need this win. We can't afford to let them get points. So come on, Calgary. First period, there's 2 quick goals. Frolik, Backlund. This 3M line has been really good for us. Second period, huge period there. Brouwer, Gaudreau, Yager. Domi scores, but third period, and we'll take it. They score, but we'll take it. We will take the win. So big 5-2 win, huge divisional game, right at the important part of the season too. So we will take that. couple point night for Giordano, Hamilton, Backlund, so 3M line pretty good. Somebody else was in there too. Kachuk, okay. And Gaudreau, Monahan, Yager, that line continues just to pick up points. Not a lot, but at least they're picking up some points. Really, the 3M line is our top line right now, especially this last month. They've been playing as our top line. Monahan's line has been playing as our second line. So even though Monahan's line is getting top line minutes, just like 1 year ago, 3M line right now is our top line. Holy crap! Okay, Dmitry Yaskins. 77. Oh, I thought this guy was better for some reason. Okay. This is probably a good claim for us too. Yashkin. So yeah, we're gonna claim him. He's a fourth line, so we'll claim him. And another incoming trade. Okay. Jofferson and a 6 for a fourth. I don't want this one. Okay, so you can definitely tell it's trade season as the trade offers are coming in here. That's like how many trade offers we had there just in the last couple weeks, and the waiver claims are starting to come in as well. So I think that Yaskin's claim is a good one for us for sure. So I think what we'll do here is that's the trade deadline right there on the 27th against Dallas. So I think what we should do here is finish up our final game before the deadline against Colorado. Then we'll go and put Yaskins into the AHL into the lineup, and then we'll end the video there and start on the 25th here, 2 days before trade deadline. I like to make my trades before trade deadline. I don't like to wait on trade deadline day. But, so yeah, we'll start up the next video there. But let's play this last game against Colorado then. And then we'll get Yaskins into the lineup. I just want to play it while we're on this screen, because this screen obviously simulates a lot faster. So let's play our final game before the trade deadline. We're on the power play, first period, Calgary Flames. Yager, Gaudreau, McKinnon, and Landeskog scoring for the Avalanche, second period. Nothing, third period. And we get the win with Sean Monahan scoring the game-winning goal. So Monahan's been heating up lately. That is good to see, as has Johnny Gaudreau. So we get the win there against the Colorado Avalanche. We'll take a quick look here at the stats in this one. And look at our ice time leaders. 2-point night there for Yager, 2-point night for Sean Monahan. I'd like to see that. Gaudreau on the board as well. And then Mike Smith quietly 9.31 save percentage. So another good game for him to end off the month of February. Well, I guess we got 2 more games in February, but I like to think that the trade deadline is basically the end of the month. Start over with the trade deadline. So what we'll do is with 39, 22, and 2 on the season heading into trade deadline, we'll quickly put Dmitry Yaskins into our American Hockey League affiliate team, and then we'll start over with episode 6 just before the trade deadline. So let's get Yaskins in quickly, and then we'll end this video here. So we'll switch to our American Hockey League affiliate, then the Stockton Heat here, and we'll get Yaskins in. So I'm liking both our waiver claims, both Dmitry Yaskins and Joe Morrill. I think they fit in perfectly with our AHL team. As I mentioned, Joe Morrill could really grow into a NHL defenseman for us, and Yaskins as well. He could probably grow into an NHL player for us. So I like them because they both have potential, as well as they're going to help out our Stockton team, who is probably going to be gunning for a American Hockey League championship this season. They look to be on having a strong season. So there's Spencer Fu. As mentioned, he's having a really good season here in Stockton. Just quickly looking at his numbers, 30 goals and 30 assists in how many games? 61 games, so he's almost a point a game. He's obviously leading our team in that category. What we're going to do at trade deadline in this next video is probably look at acquiring a right winger and possibly a top-line right winger. Now, Spencer Fu could fit that as early as next year. I mean, he's having a fantastic season at the pro level in Stockton. The only problem is he's only 71 right now, and I just don't see him jumping that much, growing that much in the summertime, and being NHL ready, because we need him to be around at least the 80, 83, 84 overall to be on the top line with Monahan and Gaudreau. Even to be in the 80s just to be on our NHL team, we want him to be, and I don't see him jumping by 10 points. I just don't see the game jumping him by 10 points. So he might need another year in the American Hockey League, but we'll see when we get to that. So I'm thinking we'll take out Brett Pollock here. He's only 63. He's the lowest rating there. I know he's a centerman, but I think we can substitute in Dmitry Yaskins for him, who is a 77 overall. And then what I think we will do is, because Yaskins has top 9 potential, medium top 9, is we'll bring Klimchuk down because he's got low top 6, and it's medium top 6, yeah, okay, or top 9, yeah. And we will put Klimchuk there at the center position. He's a veteran in this league, an assistant captain, so we'll let him center the third line, even though he's not a centerman. Put Yaskins there on the, give him top 6 minutes, put him on the left side of Hamilton and Shinkarik. And then we will just want to get him on the power play, and they've already put him on the power play at center, so that's good. I just want to put him at on 3-on-3 as well. Give him some ice time so he continues to grow as well for us down there. And he's already on it, so that's good. Okay, so they they actually put Yaskins in twice. So you know what? I don't care, but we can leave Yaskins in there on 2 3-on-3 lines. So that's good. Like the waiver claims there. So I think we'll end the video here then, and we will pick up episode 6 at the beginning of trade deadline. So we got a lot of decisions to make here. Like I said, we probably want to bring in a top right winger in the next video. But we'll take a look at the trade block in the NHL, and we'll take a look at our options. Just looking quickly there, though, at Stockton, 83 points in 61 games. That's just their division. I don't know where they sit in the entire league, but no doubt about it, Stockton is one of the top teams in the American Hockey League this season. So helping them in any way, shape, or form to get better and potentially make a strong playoff push this year in the American Hockey League. So that's why it was good that we claimed guys like Morrill and Yaskins to help them. You always want to see your AHL team do good. Like, I don't care if they win the Calder Cup this year, or how far they go. I just care about the NHL, but you always like to see them succeed. 38, 16, and 7 is their record down there, so they're having a fantastic season. So hopefully they can keep it going there. And they just got a 6-0 win there against the Chicago Wolves, so that's pretty good. So I think that's what St. Louis's affiliate, so that's not bad. But we'll end this video here, and we will pick up episode 6 at the beginning of trade deadline.